Hey guys, OG Albina here, bringing you guys our BBR Season 5 Week Number 1 battle against Numb Nexus and his Pittsburgh Pichus. If you guys are hyped and excited for this season of the BBR, be sure to drop a like on the video, as well as sub to the channel. We're on our way to 2,000, and I would really appreciate if you help us along and get into that goal. We're at 1,700 right now, and yeah, I would really appreciate it if you enjoy and you want to drop a sub. It'd help me out a lot. But yeah, I'm super excited. Next is someone I've watched for a long time. Love his draft stuff, so it's really cool to be able to play him here. Really scary matchup, and I do want to do a quick little team builder just to kind of talk about what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, and stuff like that, just so you have that background knowledge and context going into the battle. If you do want to skip ahead to the battle itself, there's a timestamp on the screen right now, as well as in the description below, so you can go ahead and jump on into that if you want to. But yeah, with that being said, we can go ahead and jump on into it. Our team, if you haven't watched the draft analysis, which, by the way, go watch it, is at the top of the screen, and it consists of Great Tusk, Terra Water and Fire Iron Moth, Rotom Wash, Screentail, Fortress, Hydreigon, Talonflame, Gothitelle, Breloom, Ursaring, and Spidops, while our opponent's team is at the bottom of the screen, and it consists of Terra Fairy and Ghost Iron Valiant, Greninja, Skeledirge, Clodsire, Noivern, Tinkaton, Pincurchin, Farigiraf, Titan, Abomasnow, and Gyarados. Now, biggest threats to me. Number one is Valiant. Whether it be some kind of Calm Mind or especially Swords Dance Taunt variant with Terra Ghost, absolutely rips through my team. It is very scary. In particular, I'm very scared of SD Taunt, Shadow Claw, and then either Spirit Break or Close Combat honestly does well. That absolutely can rip through my team and give me a really tough time. Same thing with like a Calm Mind variant as Fillera variant. But even on top of that, while that's the most threatening set, like a Spec set is still really great against me as well. Like I don't switch into it very well long term. It's very hard for me to pivot into Specs Iron Valiant. Greninja, another Pokemon, is Dual Stabs plus Ice Beam. Absolutely rip me. It can get up Spikes pressure. It can have Gunk Shot for my my Screentail to be able to break through that thing. Another really scary Pokemon offensively for me to deal with. Other than that, offensively it's a little bit tough for me to, or defensively it's a little bit tough for me to switch into things like Noivern. So Titan, if it's Belly Drum under Veil, can be annoying, and Abomasnow in that regards is very obnoxious. And then defensively, Pokemon like Skeledirge, Clodsire, and actually defensive Gyarados is something I'm a bit worried about, because like a rest talking fat Gyara super checks my Great Tusk. So we're gonna have to be very careful about that. But I think we have the squad to potentially do it, and we can go ahead and jump into our first mob, which is going to be the aforementioned Great Tusk, rocking out with the heavy duty boots. Photosynthesis as its ability, Headlong Rush, Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin, and Close Combat. EVs-wise, got 88 HP, 212 attack, and 208 speed with the Jolly Nature. EVs-wise, we outpace Gyarados. We live a +1 Adamant Waterfall just in case, and then we have the rest into our attack. Offensively, this Pokemon is incredible this game. If he is not a defensive Gyarados, he does not have answers for our dual stabs. Even if he brings like Gyarados to switch into the coverage we have, which he can, it's not going to be recovering itself reliably at the very least. And if it's not bulky, it's actually taking big chunks, and we can kind of switch in, switch out. We find plenty of opportunities to get in with Tusk. We're Boots in this set just so that we can spin away hazards from the Clodsire. It's very hard for him to spin block against us this week, being that his spin blocker gets rocked by a Headlong Rush. And once we get that spin up as well, we pretty much outpace everything, and we can really do some damage. We have Ice Spinner for that Noivern. I could have gone Stone Edge, but I liked Ice Spinner as an Oko on the Noivern, as well as a way to remove terrain if the Pincurchin wanted to come, because say it is a Specs Valiant and then it gets a Quark Drive boost, things are gonna get real scary real fast, and I want to make sure I have a way around that, and things like that. So that's gonna be our Great Tusk this week. Next up, we have Iron Moth, rocking out the heavy-duty boots. We are Terra Water this week with Quark Drive as our ability. Sludge Wave, Terra Blast, Psychic, and Agility. We have 228 defense, 152 special attack, and 128 speed with a modest nature. EVs-wise, again, I believe we have speed for Gyarados. I'm not expecting a fast Tinkaton. In all honesty, I don't expect Tinkaton to come in general. I know it checks my Hydreigon, which is a big threat to his team, but Clodsire checks Hydreigon very well still. And on top of that, I think Tink is very exploitable against my team. There are so many things on my team that absolutely rock Tink a ton. So I'm really not expecting it. And even if it comes, I'm not expecting it to be fast. And even if it's fast, it's not doing much damage to my very physically defensive Iron Moth. Now, why are we physically defensive? Or why do we have so much Fizz Def? Actually, if we do not Terra, we stay our fire and poison typing. We live either a +2 Close Combat, a +2 Spirit Break, or a +2 Terra Ghost Shadow Claw from the Iron Valiant. And obviously with our boost, we should always be able to stay at full, and we can always throw off a big hit and, chip it down. And I'm not expecting it to be able to set up for free, so that modest 152 what do you call it, Psychic, or not Sludge Wave, because it'll probably be Terra or something like that. I mean, it could be Terra Fairy, but you know what I mean, is really, really going to help us out and, you know, doing a lot of damage to him. So, or we can always, you know, Terra and Terra Blast if we don't think he's going to close combat, calling our Terra, if we haven't done so already. So, really, really solid win con of the game, but also like a good emergency check to Valiant, to Skeledirge, actually, too. Terra Blast rocks through that thing, to the Greninja. Clodsire is a big issue, but once that Clodsire goes down too, this guy can just win the game on his own. So that's going to be kind of what we're going for in the end game. Next up, we have Rotom Wash. We are a pretty physically defensive Choice Scarf variant. Levitate is our ability. Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Trick. 240 HP, 76 defense, and 184 speed with a bold nature. Now, I believe on this set, we only have enough speed to outpace Noivern with our Choice Scarf. The rest of it is in our physical defense in order to take hits from things like Belly Drums to Titan, take hits from Gyarados, which lost power up this generation, to take a hit from the Valiant, even if it's pretty boosted or something like that, to take hits from Greninja, plenty of things. We're also Trick on this set, which seems interesting into Clodsire, because I do expect Water Absorb Clodsire into this plus Iron Moth, potentially rocking through it, right? And I'm Trick. Now, typically, you kind of want to be careful with that, obviously, because the Claw can be Black Sludge, and I end up crippling myself to give it a Choice Scarf, which obviously wouldn't be good. But the pressure that Gothitelle applies in this builder and in this team, he needs Claude in this game to check Rotom, to check the Iron Moth, to check Hydreigon, so many different things that I think he is forced into a Shed Shell. I cannot see a universe in which he is not going to be Shed Shell Clodsire, so I feel very comfortable tricking that thing, crippling it, and then just being a defensive Rotom and Volt switching around forever. Obviously, I'll have a useless item for me in Shed Shell, but, you know, it's better than having a Black Sludge, I guess. So I really think that's going to be a very valuable thing. There's also an uh-oh button against Greninja, or a non-speed boosting Valiant, which, again, that booster energy set that I'm super scared of with the SD Taunt, I expect it to be speed boosting, but, again, we'll see as we kind of, you know, get into the game. But, yeah. Then we have our Screen Tail rocking out with the Cassiberry, Dazzling Gleam, Thunder Wave, Wish, and Protect. We are pretty much just max Phys Def on this guy. I'm really, really expecting that SD Gallade. Calm Mind isn't as scary to me, so I'm really, really expecting that SD Gallade. I think it goes absolutely crazy to me. This makes it so I can lift any one hit from it, get a big T-Wave off, and deal with it accordingly. Now, I really wanted to be Mental Herb on this thing, but once Nexus changed his Terra typing on the Gallade to Ghost, I realized I couldn't do that, because a +2 Terra Ghost Shadow Claw can actually just OHKO me. So I have to be very, very careful. Other than that, it's a pretty good Phys Def check. It checks, like, Gren, non-Gunk Shotting Gren very, very well, despite, you know, it not having any special defense. And we can live a Gunk Shot and Thunder Wave it at least, which does, remove it from the game. We take 2 non-specs Noivern hits pretty well. We take hits from Gyarados. We take hits from Titan. We take hits from Abomasnow. I played an Banded Abomasnow in a mock and took 44% from a Woodhammer. Banded Adamant Woodhammer, and it did 44%, which is crazy. So this Pokemon's going to bring the bulk this week. We just have to make sure we're very careful about how we position around, like, a Taunt Valiant or something like that. Alrighty, then we have a Choice Scarf Hydreigon rocking out, obviously with the Choice Scarf, Levitate is his ability, Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, U-Turn, and Flash Cannon, 184 HP, 236 special attack, and 88 speed with a modest nature. He doesn't really have any knock that's ever going to knock my Hydreigon, so I went very, very bulky Scarf, only outspeeding that Noivern, and then I believe, let's see, we live as Gren Ice Beam after Rocks, if it's Protean, obviously, and then we get the rest in our special attack. Still afforded a ton of it. Really not missing out on much to live that Gren hit, but this Pokemon's incredible in the late game. Obviously, I think I can trick that Clodsire. If I can trick it, it's not really a check anymore, and then Tinkaton, 1, I don't think it's going to come first for me, 2, very exploitable, U-turns forever, and then Valiant, obviously, isn't the bulkiest thing from the Spadef side, and once a Terra Ghost, is weak to Dark, baby. We have Flash Cannon in our last slot over Earth Power, which I had for a long, long time, because I realized if it was, like, Terra Fairy Specs Valiant, which I was kind of under prep for, and was super tunneling on, like, Terra Ghost, I wanted a way of having something faster that could revenge, like, a Specs variant, because it was kind of beating me in a lot of endgames and mocks and things like that, so, that's going to be Hydreigon. Then lastly, we have our designated lead for the week in Breloom, rocking out with the Focus Sash, Technician as its ability, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, Brick Break, and Bullet Seed. Our max attack, max speed, Jolly with 4 defense. Pretty simple set, right? Obviously the spread is very simple, but we're max speed for a reason. I know there's nothing at that speed tier, but with max speed, we guarantee outspeed a Noivern after a Rock Tomb, which is very, very important. Max speed, Timid Noivern, and -1 is underspeeds our Breloom right here, which is awesome. Now, why is this my designated lead? I think it's very important in such an offensive meta and such an offensive matchup in general to have very, very solid lead scenarios planned out, because I really do feel like if I get on the back foot early in this game, it is going to be an bad uphill battle. And looking at this matchup, there's only 2 Pokemon out of Nexus's, 11, that are disadvantageous for a Breloom lead. And those 2 Pokemon I can pivot around and deal with accordingly. We'll go through them really quick because it's the last one. Valiant, he leads it. I'm taking that trade. I'll live anyone hit. I get off a Bullet Seed. I prevent any setup. Bam. Gren, I just off a big Rock Tomb. He can either U-turn out, go into something that resists Bullet Seed like Noivern Skeldurge. I get a big Rock Tomb off. Or he stays in. I get the Rock Tomb off. He's slower than me. Then I can force him out and kill him potentially, maybe throw off another Rock Tomb, whatever it may be. Skeldurge does force me out because it isn't 2-hit KO by Rock Tomb, as well as the fact that it can Will-O-Wisp me, which isn't good for me, obviously. So that is one of the Pokemon that forces me out, but I do have Hydreigon, I do have Rotom, I do have Great Tusk. I have a lot of things that can really punish that guy. Clodsire, take my Bullet Seed damage. Noivern, I just Rock Tomb. Whatever comes in is going to be slowed down. Tinkaton, I don't really have a great way of hitting it. I'm not Bulldoze nor close combat, so I can't hit it super hard, and I don't want to get faked out. I don't want to lose my Sash for no reason, so I probably pivot on Tinkaton into one of my 8 million switch-ins to Tinkaton. Pincurchin, Bullet Seed. Farigiraf, I don't think it's coming, but I think I can pretty freely Brick Break. I'm pretty sure it gets Sap Sipper. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So Titan, we're dropping a Brick Break. Abomasnow, I can, or a Rock Tomb. Abomasnow, I can Rock Tomb into Brick Break, and deal with it accordingly if it sets up Veil. If it doesn't, I can Rock Tomb into Mach Punch and, you know, get it that way. And then Gyarados, I can probably pivot out into Rotom because I don't want to lose my Sash, but I can also throw off a pretty free Rock Tomb, but I don't think you'd want to take the chip in case I was like Banded Breloom, or get put to sleep and be screwed that way. But yeah, that is going to be the team. Pretty long team builder, I know, but I really wanted to kind of go over it. I'm pretty proud of this build. Big thank you to everybody in the front office who helped me out this week, whether that be in Goons or in my front office with all the mocks and stuff like that. If you guys want to join the Discord server, it's in the description below. And yeah, I'll be right back with the battle. Alrighty, guys, here we are with the battle. Oh man, I'm nervous. We see no hail, which is really nice for me. I kind of wish I wasn't Brick Break anymore, but it's really not the biggest deal in the world. We're going to see Iron Valiant. Let me get his team in the builder. Greninja. We see Tinkaton. We see, which I'm very surprised to see, we see Skeldurge, where if it's Fizz Def, then it kind of checks our lead and makes us a little bit, it's a little unfortunate, but not the biggest deal in the world. Noivern and Clodsire, which I'm really, really expecting to be, what do you call it? Shed Shell this game, so I think our Trick Rotom's going to come super clutch in that aspect. I think we're pretty prepared for everything, minus that Iron Valiant. Not that we're not prepared for it, but like I think it's the thing that can make things go the most poorly for us. I think we're actually pretty well prepared for just about everything else. So we'll see what we can do. Good luck on the Nexus. I'm super nervous. Like the jitters are crazy right now, but we got this. We're ready to go. We are ready to go. Okay, we're loading in, baby. I'm gonna do a stadium. We'll get. On my first game on this, I got like the Elite Four room, which is cool. Oh, we got it again. Look at that. Tinkaton, which is probably worst case scenario when it comes to Elite. Which is probably worst case scenario. It is going to be Mold Breaker, which is a bit unfortunate, but there's also not really a great way for this thing to super break me, to be completely honest. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pivot Rotom. He can knock me, which is unfortunate, but it's not like I need my Scarf. And it's the thing I'm the most okay with getting knocked off if he wants to try and burn me. Or, yeah, Fake Out. Okay, interesting. He's going to see that we're not... What do you call it? And I think from here, I am actually going to Trick immediately. Yeah, I think I'm immediately going to Trick. And try and get this Clodsire its item. Get rid of its item. I really don't think he should be Black Sludge. I really think he has to be Shed Shell for that Goth. I think anything else is just like, there's no shot, you know? So we'll see. He's Fake Out Tink, though. He's gonna withdraw. Give me that Trick, baby. I'm big Cloddingtons. There we go. Immediately get that Trick. And let's see the Shed Shell. Let's see the Shed Shell. Let's go, baby. That's huge for us. Absolutely massive. What I think I'm going to do... I feel pretty comfortable getting into my Tusk. I feel pretty comfortable getting into my Tusk. No matter what he does, I'm in a pretty good spot. So he's scarfed into something now. And from here, I think it is a psychopathic play to go Dirge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin pretty freely. I want to keep my Sash. I really don't think you should go hard Dirge. I think hard Dirge is a crazy play. So he has Rocks. He was Shed Shell. We're going to go ahead and Stealth Rock immediately. Or Rapid Spin immediately. We know he's Fake Out Tink. We don't know his item. He could be AV for our Hydra, which is another thing to keep in mind. It's another big thing to keep in mind. So, yeah, we're gonna go for it now. He's gonna withdraw. Show me Noivern or something. Yep, big, huge. We're gonna Rapid Spin. He's not Frisk. He is Infiltrator. We do a ton, and I think I am just gonna go for that Ice Spinner. I think it's pretty risk-free. I think Scarf into me is craziness. So we're gonna go for that Ice Spinner. We're gonna go for it. Which is huge for me. There's no Gyarados too, which means Tusk is like almost unguardable on his team. It is quite literally unguardable on his team. He is gonna withdraw. Scouting for Ice Spinner into Dirge. Okay, I kind of wish I was still Stone Edge on that mid-ground, but it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go for that Ice Spinner. Do absolutely nothing. He's not Helmet, I think. So that's good. We're going to go hard Hydra, and we just get a free U-turn off. We get a very free U-turn off. So, that's what we're going to go for. Go hard Hydra. I love the time that we have too. There's no stress in at least the timer aspect of this. You know what I mean? Which is so nice. Hard Hydra. We get a free U-turn. A super free U-turn, in fact. Torch Song. That's fine. It's gonna bounce. We're super bulky. We know these Torch Song. I wish I had a little bit more hazard pressure on this team, but it's not the end of the world. He stays in, which is very interesting. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go Rotom. Because that seems like it's my freest pivot into this thing. He did stay in, though, and probably call my U-turn? I don't know. Disarming Voice, that's cool tech. Actually did not know it got that. That is cool tech. We're just going to Volt here, though. If he wants to go Claude, I'm not tripping on it. If he wants to go Claude, I'm not super tripping on it. We know that his Dirge is Disarming Voice. I don't think that even kills me from where he was at, but... you know. He's gonna go Tink. I love this U-turn. I love this Volt Switch. This is gonna give me a little bit of information, too. Mold Breaker. Tink. Goes from 100. Oh, that's like... has to be AV. Right? That, like, has to be AV. Regardless, though, I feel like I have, I feel like it's AV, so I feel like I'm kind of forced into going Tusk here. Now it's a matter of what he wants to do here. Does he want to give me a Pokemon? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Headlong. Fake Out. It's fine. I mean, it just doesn't do much. I really think he has to be AV, being that he's showing Fake Out. And he showed... did he show Rocks on the Claude? He showed Rocks on the Claude, so he's probably Rocks Claude, yeah. Okay, so we're just, once again, going to click that Headlong Rush. He does not have a switch into this Pokemon. I showed that Ice Spinner before. I really don't think he's going to go hard Noivern.
I think that's a super aggressive play, especially because I can Ice Spinner pretty freely, because I'll live any hit from this thing. Like, this thing does nothing to me. So he might even sack this off, to be completely honest. Like, this mon puts on so much pressure on his team right now. So much pressure on his team. Yep. Bam! Knock out the Tink. Huge. Huge, 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 huge. Hydra endgame looks phenomenal. Hydra endgame looks awesome for us now. Like, we're very close to a Dark Pulse endgame or something like that. Or it's at least a very good revenge killer, and it's very hard for him to switch in. We call that Valiant with a Flash Cannon, and he is in a tough spot. A very tough spot. So I'm very happy about that. Very happy. We still have our Sash on our Loom, which also ensures that we're not worried about that Valiant just yet. Because we can always go hard, what do you call it? Into our guy. Okay, this comes out, which is definitely scary. I think what I always do here is I think I always go Rotom, because Rotom seems to be my least valuable member. Yeah, Rotom seems to be my least valuable member right now. So if it gets 2-hit KO'd on a switch-in, that's not the end of the world for me. It really isn't. So yeah. We're gonna get out into Rotom. There's Dark Pulse. Protean, what are we at? 234 down to 85. Life Orb. Okay, I can't really save this anymore. I am just gonna Volt. He's Life Orb, Dark Pulse. Does Dark Pulse knock us out? Okay. That's fine, though. We're good. We're chilling, baby. What I think I can do now is I feel like the mon that puts on the most immediate pressure is going to be my Breloom. Especially because I think I can Rock Tomb here. I know it's a super aggressive play, but if I catch that Dirge on the switch in, I'm in a really good spot. Even if he stays in, I'm okay. Because we nuke him with a Mach Punch right here. Like, he dies. So he should not stay in. He dies, he's a Dark type, he dies. So there's no reason for him to stay in right now. He should go out into Dirge or Noivern. That is his play. That is his play. He is going to withdraw. Boom. Give me this Rock Tomb. We see Claude come out. Interesting. Okay, I want to keep the Sash. That does, like, nothing. We're going to go ahead and get out into our Tusk. I want to keep my Sash around. I also don't want, like, him to attack me, or if he gets up rocks, I'm in a good spot, you know? And I always spin. I don't need to overplay on the Dirge coming in. That's fine. I think I have a super free Ice Spinner right here. A super free Ice Spinner. I think I have a super free Ice Spinner. He's Scarfed into Toxic. He's Stealth Rock Toxic. Probably like Earthquake. Recover. So that's good to know. He's gonna withdraw. Let's go. We knock out the Noivern. Huge. Huge. Okay, that's so big for me. Right now we have a Choice Scarf Clodsire. We have a Dirge. We have a Noivern dead. We have a Greninja that we've confirmed is Life Orb. So if he goes Valiant here, I actually think I'm okay with sacking off Tusk. Because I don't think that Choice Scarf Clodsire is that big of an issue to me. I really don't think it's that big of an issue to me. He does go Gren, which is a little scary. How do I want to account for this? I don't necessarily want to sack off my Hydreigon. Because I do find it is a really, really valuable tool in this game. To break through that Dirge especially, as well as outspeed this Greninja. I don't think I want to go into this. I can't go into this. I don't really want to lose my Sash on Breloom. I think I'm actually just going to attack. If he misses a pump, I'm in a great spot. Ice Beam will kill me. Yeah. So we're going to go down here. I think I had to give him that, though. I really do think I had to give him that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Loom, and this time I'm going to Mach Punch. I really want to keep that Sash. Like, I really want to keep that Sash, dude. I think I'm going to Mach Punch. He can go Dirge, but I've also just called him at every turn so far. I have super called him at every turn. Also, Dirge is looking really solid for him in this endgame. I don't know if he wants to risk going into it on a Rock Tomb. Also, he's weak to Rock on this thing, so I could very freely Rock Tomb. I think that Bullet or Mach Punch is my best play. I really do. He's shown Dark Pulse Ice Beam on the Gren, which we need to keep account for. I'm assuming he has Gunk. He should have Gunk. He should have Gunk. He's really thinking, fuck. Okay, maybe I should have Rock Tombed. Kept my balls on the floor, but it's all good. Not that big of a deal. Dirge is going to come out. Damn it. Okay, it's all good. Where do we want to go? I think I'm actually going to make the middle ground into my Moth. I think I'm going to make that middle ground into my Moth. Because my Moth should be able to take this thing on. It also covers a Will-O-Wisp here. It also covers a Wisp. He does Torch Song, that's fine. He's going to get a special attack boost. Also fine. What I think I want to do is I think I want to Psychic here. He should go Claude, though. Like, he really should go Claude. But Psychicking the Claude is also really big for me. I'm just going to Psychic. Call him on a switch. I do want to call him on a Psychic. Stays in. That's crazy. Okay. On a Terra Water. I mean, this thing's weakened now, which is big. Claude comes in, I can just Psychic it. I just don't want Claude to come in and get up Rocks. That's the bad thing, is that Rocks can potentially go up. And I think what I honest to God might do is go hard Breloom if the what do you call it comes up out after this. I'm recording, buddy. So we're gonna Terra Blast. We're gonna knock this out. If he goes into the Glade, the Valiant, same thing. I'm going to just Terra Blast because it's a neutral move and it puts him in range of something. So right now we have Dirge down, Tink down, Noivern down. We have Valiant, Greninja, Claude. We are so close, so close to winning with our Hydreigon. We are so close to winning with it. I have to attack. Are we going to see Booster? Show me no Booster. Shit. Okay, are we going to see Speed? Speed. So he's Booster Speed. And just Terra Blast. No setup today, sir. We are simply not allowing it. It is not happening. So we have to attack here. We have to attack here. He's going to Terra. Are we going to see Terra Ghost? We do see Ghost. So he's Terra Ghost on this Valiant. He's booster speed. He's quite literally what we're scared of. Okay, no, but we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine because we have Sash Breloom. We're fine because we have Sash Breloom. We're fine because we have Sash Breloom. Like, we're good. This does a lot still. Oh, we crit. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. That makes this game so much less scary for us. I feel really bad. Because that's huge. Like, objectively, that's huge. I think we win now. Like, I think that we were still okay, but I feel bad. Also, we might live this if he goes for a physical move like Gunk Shot. We're going to Sludge Wave, though. Because we're so Fizz Def. No, I mean, we don't if he hits, actually. We're at 119. Like, we die. Wow, that's big. I am so sorry. Wow, that's big. He does Dark Pulse. We do go down. Wow, I feel bad, man. That's big. Like, that's really big. Because I'm just gonna go Breloom. I'm gonna Mach Punch. I don't really have anything stopping me from doing so. Yeah, I feel bad, man. I am Sash on this thing, so I think I was okay because I got the Terra Blast off. Calm Mind isn't what I was expecting. I was really expecting Swords Dance. I thought Swords Dance was very, very scary. Swords Dance, Taunt, Shadow Claw, other move is what I was super afraid of. But yeah, I'm very sorry, Nexus. Like, that's obviously really funny, especially from his perspective. Like, he doesn't know what I am in the back or, like, what my odds are of winning. So I apologize, you know? Yeah, I feel bad. But we lock this up, and we lock up a big week 1 dub, which is huge, for me at least. But yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Wow, Iron Moth is, that was big from him. That's my boy. That's my boy. Okay. But yeah, we just attack. We're gonna Bullet Seed, and we should lock up the game. He's like mono attacking, like he probably has Earthquake. I think is his last attacking move. He's Scarfed. We tricked him early, so we should lock up this 3-0. At worst 2-0. Can we just get a lot of hits? That's not a lot. Earthquake. So yeah, we're good. He can't win. So we're able to, you know, secure this up, which is great for the confidence. I think this is a really scary matchup. That Valiant in particular was really scary, and obviously to crit it just immediately is so big for Nexus. But I think we have the pieces in the back. I think that we were okay between Scarf, Hydra, Breloom, and having our, what do you call it, our little guy. So Scarf, Valiant, Breloom, and Screamtail. So yeah, GG's Nexus. Again, I'm sorry about the crit, bro. That was super tough, but yeah, Pokemon sucks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like and sub to the channel. We're on our way to 2K, and I would really appreciate it if you help me along that journey. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Later.